Okay.
If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Won't you? Love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Won't you? Love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you?
What is up, guys? And welcome to Making Moves with Mikey. This is your host, Mikey Mesina. I hope everyone has been great. Today's podcast, I have a special guest. His name is Marcus Guzman. What's up, Marcus?
How's it going?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Speaking to him all the way from Nevada, Las Vegas. And Marcus Guzman. So a couple credits. Let me run this guy down real quick. He is a Southeast San Diego native from the neck of the woods of Paradise Hills. He is currently serving our country in the Air Force branch. He is an airman. I don't really get ranks or anything like that, but like what rank are you at the moment?
I'm an E4, so it's considered a senior airman.
A senior airman. And you've been in the military for how long?
For about 5 years now.
5 years.
Yeah.
So last year you made the choice to re-enlist.
No, it's actually 2 years ago.
Okay. Oh, 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Oh, shoot. So it's not every 4 years?
No. So I hit my 4 years back on October of 2018 because I enlisted in January of 2015.
Oh, shoot.
So I hit that point. So yeah, they don't they tell you like a few months prior to like if you want to like re-enlist or not.
Yeah.
And then you have to give him like at least 6 months or maybe a year notice. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
see what another 4 years will take me.
Absolutely. And for all of you guys that don't know, Marcus is a Tropics brother. He's one of my good friends, one of my best friends actually. And for someone who serves in our military and is doing everything he can really for our country and our freedom, I wanted to just have him on a podcast to really share his experiences. He's been around the world. He's going to continue to travel, and someone I look up to, as a friend, and you taking the effort to really do what you're doing, because it's a lot of bravery that's involved, and just thank you for that.
Oh man, proud to serve, man.
Yeah, man. I just saw you not too long ago too. I saw him in Vegas when I went with Victoria, so he was able to hang out with us for a little bit.
Good times.
But before I dive into the actual podcast itself, I just want to ask, how were you able to make moves for yourself today?
Oh, so today was actually, I had a really productive day. It was actually a solid day today. I didn't get up early enough that I wanted to. I wanted to get up at 5 just to get myself back in a routine again. But I
that's not early enough for you?
5? No, I usually get up at 4.
Dang. Oh, heck. I got tired right when you said 5 o'clock. I'm like, 4 o'clock?
I'm usually up like 4:30. But I started like my day like around 9. I usually have like a cup of coffee, and then I'm usually like reading, educating myself about what's going on.
Yeah.
And so I'm in school right now, so I just go right into school. Got myself ahead of everything. Currently taking 2 classes right now. So one's a pre-cal class, and the other one is like a biochem class.
Okay.
So I'm focusing on that right now.
Dang.
But on top of that, I'm also studying for promotion too, which, that's a handful too. So usually start at 9, took a break from here and there, went grocery shopping, got myself ready for the week. I needed some tires for my car, so I did all that.
Dang, you got a lot of stuff. Did you work today?
No. What do you think I got this beard going on?
Oh, dang. So you just got a bunch of stuff done for the house and yourself, huh?
No work. No work today. Actually, I'm not going back to work until Tuesday. So I got a lot of time off right now. I haven't been at work for like a month now.
Dang. Why haven't you been at work for a month?
So I was deployed. I was deployed back in October. I just got back about a month now. So we had to quarantine here and there. And then, so once you like in process, so I work in a hospital. So you in process, and once you're in process, it gets basically you establish yourself back into like So your basic workflow, getting you back to like our system here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what's called R&R, where recovery and rehabilitation. They give you like 2 weeks of free leave. So but you have to stay in the local area though. So
Dang.
so 2 weeks of quarantine, 2 weeks of
Yeah.
R&R. So basically a month.
Yeah. And when you were out there, COVID hit when you were out where you were deployed, right? Where were you deployed again? For the ones that don't know.
So I was deployed to Abu Dhabi,
Abu Dhabi.
but I usually tell people Dubai because it sounds cooler that way.
It's probably easier to have someone be like, "Oh yeah, Dubai," instead of
Yeah,
Abu
yeah, yeah,
Dhabi.
yeah. So I was there. I was supposed to be there for October to April, but I got extended due to
Yeah.
the whole pandemic. So
Yeah. Well, glad you made it home safe and you're okay yourself. And we got to hang out, and everything was
yeah,
fine and dandy. We got
yeah,
tested too when we got back, and everything is kosher. Let me tell you that.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
hey, you made multiple moves today. That's awesome.
I did, and
Yeah.
then on top of that, studied for promotion,
Mm-hmm.
and then got everything settled for this podcast. So
Yeah. You
yeah.
mentioned school. I didn't know
Yeah.
you were currently taking courses right now, but what are you taking school for?
So for a lot of people that don't know, I'm actually applying to go to PA school, so
Mm-hmm.
physician assistant school. So most of my studies are mostly towards that
Mm-hmm.
avenue. So I just need 2 classes to apply.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be applying through the Air Force. So
Mm.
I'm gonna do it that way. But that's usually my goal towards what I'm aiming for.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, obviously, we're talking a lot about Marcus's time in the military and him serving the country, and that's really why I wanted him on this podcast is to speak a little bit on it without really jeopardizing, what you do and whatnot. But
You're
I
good.
really just wanted you to take me and the audience through the lens of someone that serves in the military. So
Yeah.
I guess my first question that I really wanted to ask you, Marcus, is what motivated you to join the military?
So I wouldn't say like what I'm gonna say who motivated me. So coming
Mm-hmm.
from a family that's military, obviously my dad was in the
Mm-hmm.
military. He was in
Mm-hmm.
the Navy, and my brother is currently in the military too. He's serving too. Um, but usually it's always been in the back of my mind ever since like high school, but I just never really like thought about it like
Mm-hmm.
too much. I just wanted to, be that normal teenager, just want to go out, have fun, try to make like a living for myself because I was very independent at that time.
Yeah.
But my brother actually motivated me. He put me aside and asked me what I want to be like what I want to do the rest of my life. I was like, I thought about joining the military. He's like, what are you doing? Like
Yeah.
you're out here having fun and whatnot. I was like, yeah, I know. It's like it's not gonna take you anywhere. You got to do something. It's like I know you talked about military here and there. It's like you got to do it. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And then I ended up doing it. I told him what I wanted to do. I wanted to be in the medical field.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do anything else. So he kind of like pushed me towards it, kind of motivated me. He motivated
Yeah.
me to like travel, school, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to do. So I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah.
And yeah, here I'm at right now.
Shout out to your older brother, man.
Yeah.
Kuya right there, man.
Right.
Your older brother is in the Air Force also, right?
Yeah, he is.
That's awesome. How long has he been in?
Good question. He might 15 years, I think.
15.
Give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
And your
recently
dad,
just made master. So
hey, there
basically
you
that's
go.
like E7.
Congrats. Yeah.
Yeah.
What branch was your dad in?
My dad was in the Navy.
Navy, okay. And you
Yeah, he
guys
was in
just
the Navy.
decided to go Air Force from there, huh?
Yeah. Well, he actually said he said not to join the Navy. He was like, go to the Air Force. I was like, okay, I'm going to the Air Force.
You'll be at sea. We'll be in the air.
Right.
You talked about it a little bit. You said you were in the medical field.
Yeah.
What is your primary job?
So through the Air Force, they call it 4-0, basically the aerospace medical tech. So basically it's equivalent to in the Navy, it's a corpsman, in the Army, it's a combat medic.
Mm-hmm.
But what I normally do is, so I work outpatient, so basically clinic.
Mm-hmm.
So basically I work the regular Monday through Friday, weekends off, that 8-9 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Currently right now I'm in a hospital, but I work with geriatrics. So geriatrics like elderly patients.
Okay.
So, but I haven't been doing that since I was gone for a while. But I usually see active duty, just see them for what's wrong with them. Sometimes I'm EMT certified too. So basically, we drive the ambulance around. We
Yeah.
basically take control of like any like trauma that goes down. That
Mm-hmm.
was when I was deployed though, so any trauma. But I've seen quite a few interesting things. But
Yeah.
it was basically an experience. I was out there.
Yeah. I mean, it comes with a job, man. Comes
Yeah.
with a job to be ready for different
Hmm.
things that you see and different things that you experience, man.
Yeah.
I highly commend you for what you do. You served in a lot of places right now, and as I said in the beginning, you're currently in Nevada. But
Yeah.
where did you serve, state-wise, and maybe places you've been deployed?
So stationed, I was at Hill Air Force Base,
Hmm.
Utah, for about 3 years now, and then I've only been there. I've been like TDY, so temporary duty for like training is
Hmm.
like in Texas.
Yeah.
Um, my first deployment was in Ali Al Salim, which was in Kuwait. That was a great experience too. Um,
How long were you out there?
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, usually we do six month rotations.
Uh-huh.
So 6 months, and then they give you like, depending if you want to go again. Usually you they pick they pick by like they give you like a number, and
Hmm.
then like if you're like the rotation, if it falls from like October to July, that's your rotation, or like from January to July, that's your rotation. Um, so I was from there, and then recently to Abu Dhabi, or you can say Dubai.
Was Dubai 6 months as well?
It was 6 months, but it
Okay.
turned into 8 months because of the delay, and they called it a stop movement.
Yeah.
So that's usually, yeah,
Damn, that was a bummer. You were supposed to be back in April. I remember that. And then you ended
I,
up coming back, what, late June or early July?
early June,
Early June. How
early
does
June.
that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
how does that feel like for your day to just be pushed back and find out that you have to be here a couple months later?
Man, so it was kind of like it was kind of frustrating
Uh-huh.
because yeah, you're expected to go home. You want to go home now. You've done your time, and then now, but things get pushed. It's just like,
Yeah.
now you just have to like stick to it. You just have to suck it up. So what they
Yeah.
call it in Abu Dhabi is like, when you arrive, they say
Mhm.
welcome, embrace the suck. So I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means until I got there. I was like, what? Okay, I'll
Yeah.
figure it out. I got 6 months to figure that out. And then
Yeah.
get there, I was like, oh damn, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I gotta embrace it.
Dang. And when you got there, so for you guys that don't know, Marcus had this clock that was just timing down. And we would very frequently just FaceTime each other here and there. And I'd always ask him, like, hey, when are you coming back? And he's like, don't ask me those questions, man. Don't remind me how long I have to be here. And
Yeah.
very so often he'll show me his phone and show the days and the months that have lapsed. So I could feel the pain, man, for them to say, hey, I know you hit 0 on that timer, but you got to reset that bad boy again, you know?
Yeah. So I had it on my iPad, and then
Yeah.
so I had it set for like April, and then
Uh-huh.
once I found out like that we were getting like delayed. We didn't even have a date on when we were leaving. Honestly,
Damn.
it was indefinite. It was like, oh, we don't know when you're going. You just tell you when. And I was like, what the hell? And then
Yeah.
I just stopped it. I just threw my iPad away. Well, I didn't really throw it away, but I just threw it. I just got frustrated.
Not literally, but,
I literally,
I put it away.
yeah, I put it away. But yeah, and then they gave me a notice like maybe 10 days, probably like, hey, you're going home on this day. I was like, nope, I'm not working.
Nice.
I'm not working anymore. I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, because that could have, I mean, depending on how bad the cases were with COVID over there, you probably would have had to stay longer, I would assume, especially since you work in the medical field, right? In the hospital.
Yeah, yeah, in the hospital. So it's funny because stuff didn't. I think everything started happening here in like March.
Hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
March here in the
stuff.
US, from what I
Yeah.
from where I remember. Yeah.
Okay. But over there, stuff didn't really pick up until like mid-April.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they were still having people like come in and whatnot, and
Hmm.
then like I guess like people were catching it. It's like, oh, okay, this is serious now. So
Yeah.
we started taking like necessary precautions, whatnot, wearing the mask, and
Mm-hmm.
doing the whole like, what is that called? They have like, and so at every grocery store they have that little like that
Sneeze guard.
plexiglass. Is
Yeah.
that what it is? Is that
Yeah, they
what
call
it
them
is?
sneeze guards. Yep.
Sneeze guard. There you go. I like it. But yeah, we had that. We started putting that up, but we didn't put
Mm-hmm.
that up until like the last 2 weeks I was leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, it's cool.
Dang. So talk about that real quick, because you were there when COVID had happened. How did you stay sanitized and really quarantine, like, from all of the people that had cases? I mean, did you have cases? Maybe that should be my first question. Were there cases in the hospital that you worked at?
Yeah, we ended up having cases back in like, so like I said, like mid-April.
Uh-huh.
That's usually when we started having cases now.
Yeah.
So I mean, we were very sanitized when we were out there. We're always hand sanitizing, washing our hands
Yeah.
every time. But so we started doing even more now, where they started like, they started like hounding us down every time we like wash our hands. We have to wear the necessary PPE
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
time. Whenever they're having like symptoms, like if someone comes in for like a cold or whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
we have to wear the necessary PPE. So there's usually like myself, when I go in there to talk to the patient, it's yep, we got to gown up. Sometimes if someone comes in for like musculoskeletal issues, so for
Mm-hmm.
example, like someone comes in for a rolled ankle, I mean, normally we don't put on PPE, but if they start complaining about like upper respiratory stuff, like, all right, this guy has a rolled ankle, but he has a cold too, so we got PPE.
Oh, dang. That's crazy. Yeah, they're really divvying things out, right? Unless it was
Yeah,
like COVID related. They're like,
yeah,
we can hold off on that, right?
yeah. Well, it started getting serious after that one patient that we got, and we are like, all right, we're just gonna gown up for whatever. If you think it's COVID, you're probably right.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. I mean, we could obviously go into a whole tangent of how COVID's affecting us and whatnot, but
Yeah.
if you can just spare me and the audience a real quick education piece on the N95 mask. What are N95 masks?
So the N95 vest is like just this mask that's gonna protect you against like all the molecules that you. So the regular mask that you wear, so basically it protects you from all the bacteria, but usually with the N95, it's like it has like a seal to it around the mask where it fully protects you.
Yeah.
That's
And
like how big.
and why do they call it N95?
So it's like a respiratory mask. So 95% of the time, you're protected.
Boom. We were in Vegas and he was like, that's why it's called N95. I was like, what? I don't know that shit. So that's crazy, man. But
Yeah.
other than that, other than places that you serve, and we talked a little bit about that, what rank are you most proud of that you've earned? Because you've been in the service for 6 years, you said.
5 years,
5 years, 5 years.
yeah. So I'm currently testing for E5 right now,
Mm-hmm.
but the rank that I like right now is where I'm at right now. Honestly, reason why is, I mean, it's a great rank. Like it's like you have like leadership roles, and you're kind of like in the middle of it too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like guiding the new airmen, but it's building me as like putting myself in like leadership position and whatnot. So I kind of
Mm-hmm.
like where I'm at right now, but. I'm grateful for this rank. Basically, it was given to me. Yeah, I didn't actually like really earn it. So
Yeah,
the next rank I'm actually gonna earn. So
that's awesome.
yeah.
What rank is it?
Which one? The one
The
I'm.
rank that you currently have?
Oh, E4. So senior
E4.
airman. Yeah.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah.
And being in the Air Force, well, I mean, just being in the Air Force, I'm sure you get in contact with other people that are in other branches, but talk to me about some special people you've met, because I'm sure there's a lot of special people that have like stories and whatnot, but talk to someone that's like influential to you and you're like, dang, like, I ended up extending or staying because I met this person and this is exactly why I'm doing this. You have
Yeah.
anyone in mind?
I do. I have a lot of people in mind, honestly.
Yeah.
So I have like great influencers like through my whole like Air Force career.
Mm-hmm.
They actually came from like doctors actually. So
Oh,
they try to like convince me to like pursue what I want to do.
okay.
But I meet people around the world. Like I met a lot of people from like New York, from Florida, from someone that was born in Jamaica but
Mm-hmm.
came out here to the States and ended up joining. From France, there's a lot of people from Texas, but there's a lot, honestly. They've obviously influenced me in a lot of ways. Like, although like, so I asked them like, why do you continue to serve even if you're going through all this stress and everything? I guess it's motivation that helps. Like, serving their country is a big one, and also the stability. And then I guess they they feel a sense of like reward for doing it. You know what I mean? So it kind of like motivated me to like actually continue serving because I don't know, as cliche as it may sound, like I work in healthcare, so it kind of like I like helping people, so that's the reason why I want to continue. And it's more Air Force is giving me a lot of opportunities.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
you help people on a national level. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not just helping a community, you're helping the world.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's just crazy. In hindsight, you know, and as cliche and corny as it may sound, you're a superhero, you know, compared to like Marvel and DC or whatever it is. Like you wanted to do this for your country, and you're doing it. You know, you're meeting people that influence you to continue to drive that it factor to keep you wanting to go. So yeah, man. Hey, you're Captain America, man. Captain M America.
I
You know
don't
what I'm
know.
saying? Tell us a funny story. Tell us a funny story that you experienced that you could only experience in the military.
Oh man.
I mean, at least something where you won't get in trouble, you know?
No. Let me see. Let me think. Let me look into Pandora's box.
Yeah.
So I guess all like my funny experiences happened at boot camp or basic training, as you can say.
Yeah.
So in basic training, they teach you how to march.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you know a lot about marching,
Yeah.
but so what they did was they have us sit down and they try to show us like marching. So they had someone to demonstrate how to march.
Okay.
So he was calling. So this is the hard part because like you can't laugh because you know in basic military training, if you laugh, you're gonna get in trouble. They pull you 341. 341 is like a slip where like it's like a demerit where you get a warning and then you'll get like a talking to, and it's like that. But anyways,
Oh heck
um
no. It's like soccer where they pull out red flags.
yeah. It's like that.
Yep.
But anyway, so he pulled someone. If I can remember his name, his name was Wilkerson. So
Yeah.
they pulled him. I still remember it. They pulled him and demonstrated how to march. So when you march, you know how you're supposed to. So you go with your left leg and you're supposed to lead with your opposite hand.
Right.
So I guess he was
Oh,
nervous.
I could already picture this, bro.
So I guess so he was calling out commands. So I guess when he
Yeah.
was marching, he stepped forward with his left foot, but again he followed with his left arm. So he was kind of like walking.
Like a penguin. Only in the military,
Bro.
man.
and the and the hardest thing was just like holding in your laugh because
Yeah.
there was like there was multiple MTIs just watching, and then they knew we were gonna laugh, but we were just like
Oh, so it was a training exercise.
no. Like they didn't know that was gonna happen. Honestly, they did not know it was gonna happen. They're literally just trying to show us like, oh, this is how you demonstrate. They just picked someone from random and they demonstrated that someone's gonna march.
Oh man.
Obviously he made a mistake and towards just walking like a damn penguin. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
What an example, man.
So but I mean I tried so hard not to laugh. It's just like I ended up looking at the ground.
Yeah.
Just don't look.
I mean, I can only imagine that like everyone's at attention maybe, and they just call this guy, and you guys are just watching this dude, and
Yeah, we're literally just watching it,
he's
and
just
then
busting penguin walks.
yeah,
Like,
and then I can remember he was like, "What are you doing? Do it correctly." But I think that was
that,
like the funniest thing that's like I ever happened throughout my
yeah.
Air Force career. I think that's till this day that thing still sticks.
So a lot of people that may be wanting to get into the military obviously have to go through boot camp.
Yeah.
How was that experience for you?
Oh, I think it was really easy. I think everyone just goes in there with like a different mindset every time. I guess for me, when my brother went through it, he kind of told me everything that went on already, and I had other friends that went through it too, so they kind of like told me about like what to expect and like what to do and everything. But it's
Yeah.
like honestly, it's just a mental game. Honestly,
Is it just like
um,
straight yelling at you and just trying to test your ability to stay strong and overcome like distractions pretty much?
yeah. Well, I don't know how it is now. Like everything changed, but it should be the same way where like you get yelled at here and there. You got to follow orders.
Yeah.
They try to break you down, but
Okay.
I mean, all you have to do is just get through it.
Yeah.
Honestly, so one person told me, don't let them remember your name. Don't even let them know your name. That's what the first thing they told me. Because if they know your name, they pick on you, and then it just sucks for like the 8 weeks. So one of the MTIs didn't know my name until like the 6th week.
Yeah. How long
So,
is
but
it? How long's boot camp?
8.5 weeks.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but at 6 weeks, you're just sailing at that point
Yeah.
because usually it's 0 week, and then I think at week 4
Hmm.
they'll start breaking you down from there, but they become a little bit more lenient there because you're about to graduate. You're just like, okay, so you're good.
Yeah.
So, but it was really easy. For those that want to join, you'll get through it. It's just all a mental game, honestly.
What made it
Anyway,
easy for you?
what made it easy for me? So I was already physically active.
Hmm.
If you're not physically active, you can't run, you can't do push-up, sit-ups, and you're gonna have a hard time.
Hmm.
But that was all a piece of cake for me. Just listening, following orders, just getting day by day, telling. That's all. Very easy.
Just listening to orders pretty much.
Just listening to orders. Do this, do that, this, that. I was like, yeah, got it. You got it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, sir.
You say that, you stay fit, and you'll get by.
Yeah, you will get
Trust.
by. Just honestly, but there is some studying that you got to do. You got to read a book and you got to take the test at the end. But it's really easy. If I
Yeah.
can do it, anybody else can do it. Thousands of other people can do it. Then anyone can do it. Honestly.
Yeah, yeah. Man, that's dope, man. With being in the military, you see movies here and there with like ration that you have to eat if you're at war, or maybe good food if you're on a ship or whatever it is. But what is one of the best food you've had in the military?
Seafood,
Seafood?
crab legs.
Get out. Seriously?
Yeah, yeah. Seriously.
Like it was part of the menu. Like it was on the menu to eat crab legs?
Yeah.
When exactly did they serve that?
Uh, I think on Sundays.
So it was a weekly thing.
Yeah, on Sundays.
Get out. This wasn't at
Yeah.
boot camp though. Has to be like,
Oh no 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 no! It's not at boot camp. Well, they had dessert at boot camp, but no no no, not crab legs at boot camp.
yeah. Dude,
But
that's crazy.
once you leave boot camp, they'll have crab legs.
Oh, you're just living the life because I know you love your crab legs.
Oh, bro, I love it.
Yeah, we go in on crab legs. Let me tell you, we go to Crab Hut, boiling crab. We go to Barona, have
Bro,
a seafood buffet. He is stacked with those crab legs. Let me tell you.
we're supposed to get crab legs here when you were here, but nope.
I know they
Didn't
didn't
happen.
have it. They didn't have it, man. It's whack. Well, on the opposite of that, I'm sorry. What's the worst food you had?
MREs,
What the hell is that?
meals ready to eat. So they come in like a package,
Mm-hmm.
and basically there's like a myriad of them, like 0 through whatever, but they can be anything. I always get the I think it's a meatball sub.
Yeah.
That's what I always get, but it's not actually a meatball sub. Basically, it's like a container. It's like a plastic container,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like a pouch, and then there's meatballs in it, and they have bread, and it's so basically, so how you cook it is they have this heating pad on there, and then I guess you have to put water in it. You have to. It's been a while since I had an MRE, but so it's like a heating pad. You put water in it, and then you put the meatball on right there. You let it sit on top of it, and it will start heating up, and then it'll start steaming, and that's when you're ready to eat it.
Oh Hell, you lost me at water, bro. Like water with meatballs. It's crazy. When would you eat this type of food?
Well, you're supposed to eat it when you're deployed, when
Okay.
you're in a hostile environment like that. But so it was crazy because when we had the whole pandemic and
Mm-hmm.
it went over there to Abu Dhabi, they had to close. They were thinking about closing the dining facility and thinking of just giving us MREs. So
Oh,
so no, yeah. So we all started panicking. We are like, no, 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 no,
yeah.
no, don't do
Uh,
that, don't do that.
a pandemic happened within itself
Yeah, it's
because
like, oh,
water meatballs were going to be on the menu tonight.
yeah. But there's like different ones. They have like lasagna,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not actual lasagna. It's like sauce and stuff in it. And
Oh,
I mean, honestly, people like it. Honestly,
really?
yeah. There's a lot of people that enjoy it.
I mean, what are you gonna do though? I mean, that's like the only food that you have out in an event where an emergency
Yeah,
happens, or you're out at war, or
yeah,
whatever it is. So
yeah. Funny thing is, you can actually buy it in the commissary.
seriously,
Yeah, you can actually buy it in the commissary.
we got to try that then the next time.
Oh yeah,
You
I'll
got to
bring you
have an
some.
MRE ready for me the next time I visit you, bro.
Well, yeah. When I go to Cali, I'll buy you one, get you a meatball set.
Yeah, leave the water out. So how has being in the military really affected your life today?
Um, so I mean, just being away from family, honestly, that's affected my life. But everything has been smooth sailing for me. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, um, knowing me, I'm very independent.
Yeah.
So I mean, uh, actually affected my life in actually a great way. I've been to places that I don't think I'll ever be, like
Mm-hmm.
that I've ever thought about going to. Um, I had a lot of great experiences. Never
Yeah.
thought I'd live in Utah,
Yeah.
but I'm in Utah. It made me get back on track to what I'm really like, what I really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things. So yeah,
It made you mature a lot faster. It made you really. It gave you that tunnel vision to your goal that you want to achieve.
yeah.
So,
So mhm.
so you said that it really affected the way that you were with your family. Like, what do you mean by that?
um, so I've never actually like lived on my own like
Okay.
before until after joining the military.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I think at the first part, I think it was kind of like one of those where like you felt like homesick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever had that before, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the first year and a half of me being in, I felt like really homesick.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't really like, I was like, oh, I don't know if this is a good decision, blah, blah. But after like keeping in touch with my family, like you usually call each other like every Sundays or sometimes every Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
It's been really easy now to the point where like thanks to like FaceTime and everything or like Skype, it's been really easy doing that. So I mean, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, knowing you ever since we were younger, I know your family is very tight knit, and, and
yeah,
and a lot of reasons for why you're doing what you're doing now is it stems off of what your family's accomplished in life and what they want for you, right? So, how often or how important is it for you to be in contact with your family, and how often does that happen for you?
uh so funny thing is, so actually when I was deployed a lot, they actually contacted me like every other day to the point where like I'm working.
Oh
So
yeah,
like, hey, I was like, Mom, why are you calling me?
yeah.
She,
I'm at
I
work.
was, yeah, I just wanted to see how you're doing. I was like, I'm fine. And
Yeah.
then like so everything, the whole, about like what happened in January,
Mm-hmm.
about the whole like Iran and everything.
Yeah.
Immediately, immediately phone call. I was like, oh gosh. I
Yeah, yeah, back
wanted
to
to
back to back. Well, I mean,
yeah,
that was a scare. That was a scare for
yeah.
us too. All the friends at home.
Yeah, so we were actually like across the ocean from them.
Yeah.
So they like so they just wanted to see how I was doing. I was like, yeah, I'm fine.
So
So
just general understanding of what happened there, without really going into it so much and jeopardizing your job. What did happen, which caused a scare?
so I guess like they we were following in the news a little bit, and then they were targeting like certain areas,
Mm-hmm.
and then one of the targets was one of us, but we were like low risk.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, we're still, even if you say low risk, there's a high possibility will probably get hit too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably the reasons why that caused a scare.
Yeah.
Because they knew, because like my dad watches the news a lot,
Mm-hmm.
so he knew where I was at, and he was like, "Oh, that's where Marcus is," and yeah, that's straight up where I got that phone call.
Yeah, man, causes a scare for sure. Because you had just left like a couple months before, right?
Yeah. Other than that, family and we keep in contact a lot, especially my older brother. He
Yeah.
keeps in contact with me a lot too.
Yeah.
So we FaceTime each other every other day, just try to see how we're doing with that.
That's good, man.
But
Hey,
yeah,
it's important. Family is the backbone to a lot of things that we do in life. So it's very
absolutely.
important. How much longer do you plan on serving?
Oh, see, that's a good question. So right now I got five. I got five in right now.
Mm-hmm.
I re-enlisted for four.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we'll see. I mean, I'm liking it so far. A lot of people get out because I mean they just don't like their job or like
Mm-hmm.
being part of like just that military environment. So I mean, everyone has a reason why they get out, but I mean, I'm liking it so far. I'm trying to make it a career at this point,
Yeah.
but we'll see. I'm trying to go for 20, um, but we'll see at this point. I'm not going to guarantee it,
Yeah.
but that's the plan.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, you're about a fourth in, and your brother's about a third in. So you definitely have an example there for you to show you the
Yeah.
ropes and tell you what it is if you decide to go into it. But how do you see your future with the military and it achieving your actual goal of going through the medical field?
So the ultimate goal that I have for myself is
Mm-hmm.
being a PA, so a physician assistant.
Mm-hmm.
So Air Force has programs for me to actually pursue that,
Mm-hmm.
which I plan on doing it through them. So it would be so it's a better outlet for me to serve my country and also do what I like doing in healthcare professional. So um, that's the avenue I'm trying to go for. So with that time, I can serve about like 20 plus years, depending on what they want to give me. But um, that's the reason why I'm striving for it.
Yeah. So in the field or in the classes that you're taking right now, would it be
Mhm.
credible for you to maybe leave the military and be a reserve and be like a PA at a hospital that's in a community?
Yeah, you can do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have to pick through they call it the GI Bill.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to go through that, which I kind of trying to stay away from. So the
Mm-hmm.
reason why I'm going through the Air Force is because so I can have the Air Force pay for it. So I
Yeah.
don't have to get in any. I don't have to be in any part of any student loans. I mean, that's a good route to go if you don't want to go through that route. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying. This is that's like plan B for me
Mm-hmm.
if I want to do it that way. So
It's the benefits,
it's
man. It's what comes with it, right?
oh yeah, there's a lot of benefits that come with it. So I mean, not a lot of people know about it,
Yeah.
but it's just finding like these programs and like what interests you and what you can do. So I initially wanted to be a pilot, but I can't do that.
Yeah. Was that a choice for you, like when you took the ASVAB to be a pilot or something along those lines?
uh, no, you can't. You can't actually. Well, you can work on the flight line,
Okay.
but um, but to be a pilot, no. Like I looked into it. Being a pilot is like you have to do like flight school.
Mm-hmm.
You can have any degree you want. You can have like I think you can have an art degree and still be a pilot.
Really?
Yeah. Uh, but there's like a lot. There's a lot to go with it. You have to have like you have to go to flight school. You need your
Mm-hmm.
hours and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there you go through a schooling. The military pays for it, and then like you potentially pick what aircraft you want to fly, like a fighter pilot or C-130 or whatever. But
Yeah.
I can't do it because I have bad depth perception. So
Oh man.
so you need depth perception, but I can't do it. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
the Air Force took that away from me.
See you later, Air. I'm gonna be in the hospital.
Right.
That's awesome. Well, hey, we got a lot of great information from you, man. I just want to thank you for your time, for letting me interview you and just really see the world through how you're living it day by day. A couple rapid questions for you. what advice would you give to someone that is looking to potentially join the military?
Um, so what I would give is pick the job you want. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to be in the medical field, be in the medical field. If you want to be like an administrator, be an administrator. But
Mm-hmm.
pick the job you want, because if you don't pick the job you want, then you're gonna hate your life. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that. You'll hate your life.
Yeah. So don't just do it because it's the way out. Like do it because you want like a
You
job.
want to do it, yeah. Do it that way.
Damn. And when it comes to the books you're reading, in the beginning of our podcast, you said right now you're reading. What book are you reading at the moment?
So I'm reading basically, so it's called Up to Date.
Mm-hmm.
It's what like medical professionals use to like keep themselves updated about what's going on, like
Mm-hmm.
CDC guidelines.
Mm,
Yeah, so I usually just read that every morning. It's always good information to know, especially when I start my day.
mm-hmm.
Especially I work in a hospital, so I try to like educate myself on that. That's
Yeah.
usually what I'm doing right now.
Ebook? Is it an ebook or a paperback?
So it's not an actual book; it's an app, but it's only it's only accessible to medical professionals. If you can buy it if
Mm-hmm.
you want, but it gives a lot of great information. But yeah, it's only strictly for healthcare professionals. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's just yeah.
If you had a choice, would you rather read an ebook electronically or would you read paperback?
I read a paperback.
Why?
Just because I mean I get the satisfaction of like reading on a paperback instead of just an ebook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. And in terms of a future destination where you would like to maybe travel to or maybe retire to, where would that be?
Oh dang, that's a good question. So retiring, that's possibly Hawaii, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe Hawaii. Traveling to. I always want to go to Europe.
Yeah.
I always want to travel all over Europe.
And you
That's one of the
all over. So there's not one
all
place in
over.
specific you want to just travel all over Europe.
Germany, Germany,
Germany? Isn't
Germany.
there's a base over there, no?
There's actually two bases. There's Ramstein and there's
Mm-hmm.
Longstool.
Oh man. That's
But
do you get
yeah,
to pick on whether or not you can get stationed over there or how does that work?
I could pick, but you're not gonna get it. It's like more of a dream sheet, but it's just a dream.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Dang.
it's yeah. A lot of people pick it. It's really hard to get. I guess you have to have that connection on who's doing it and whatnot. So I don't have that connect, but I mean, that's one of the places I want to go. So we'll see.
Hey, I'm rooting for you, man. Because that makes it another destination for me,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
go
yeah.
visit you out there. You know what I'm saying? Well, shoot. Hey, Marcus, I appreciate you, man, for really sharing on your experiences and really giving insight as to what you do to stay active and uplifted and just to share a little bit of how you serve and how you got into it. I'm hoping that someone that is potentially looking to go down this route can get some tips out of our conversation today. So I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's
Yeah.
been fun.
Do you have any socials where our listeners can find you at?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Marcus Guzman, and I also have Facebook too. So it's just Marcus Guzman.
Marcus Guzman. There it is.
Yeah,
M15.
yeah,
That's the boy. Well, I appreciate you. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that's listening in to Making Moves with Mikey. Again, today's episode was with the guest Marcus Guzman. I'm going to be coming to you guys with more episodes, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace
yeah.
out, bro.
Later.